I think the controversy around this movie is pretty stupid. Just as I think calling Little Mermaid woke because she's black when mermaids don't exist is pretty dumb as well. Welcome back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm one of your host, Shinry, here at the Everything Anime Podcast, talking about different from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, other relevant topics I'm talking about. Today's video is on Captain America: Brave New World. Now, when I introduced myself, I almost said I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Mackie. That's a joke at the title. I've been called Anthony Mackie or asked if I'm Anthony Mackie or said I'm his lookalike many times, which he is a handsome guy. I don't mind being compared to him. I would totally go out with my twin, Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie, if you see this, I want to meet you, okay? And speaking of Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, which everybody addresses, I love that, no one's, questioning it in the movie. Because, if this was the same universe as our universe, they don't question it's Captain America. They call him Captain. They call him Captain America. Or they just say Captain. And I love that. It's respect because Steve Rogers did pass down the shield to Sam. And also, we already established that in Captain, what was it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's like Captain and the Winter Soldier. Which there is a lot of references to other movies and gags, especially that TV show that's brought up. But I got four main points. The first point is the new Falcon. I forgot his name, but he's very funny, very cute, very sexy guy. He brought a lot of humor to the story, and because we have to have Anthony Mackie has his moments too where he's being funny and playful, but it's really the new Falcons that's he's introducing himself to us, so he's becoming likable pretty fast. I like him pretty easily. I like his tricks that he does, and he's trying to he's like, hey, teach me how you do this as Falcon and stuff like that. Because as the new Captain America, Sam's mixing Captain America's shield with his own tricks and wings and stuff. It's pretty fucking dope. I love the Wakanda Falcon wings that he's got now. It's they absorb the blows, how Black Panther, whenever his suit takes damage, he can send it backwards like a repulsion kind of energy blast. His wings kind of did it now when they take damage. That was pretty cool. The new Falcon doesn't have those kind of wings, but our Captain America does have that. Secondly, we make the Eternals canon. I know the Eternals are canon as far as all of Marvel, but at the end of the Eternals, there was this giant celestial sitting in the ocean, and we never addressed it in any of the TV shows and any of the movies. And Captain America: Brave New World finally addresses it. Oh yeah, there is that giant celestial out there in the ocean that we just been ignoring, but apparently not, because we're gonna get into that in a second. But it's undeniably can be seen, and it's between all these other nations. And everybody wants to get there because on this celestial that has now become an island is adamantium. Yes, this is how they are bringing adamantium into the main Marvel universe. We already know we got Wolverine and Deadpool out there somewhere. Well, a variant of Wolverine. But now we have adamantium. So when we do bring the X-Men into our universe fully, we got it with Miss Marvel. We declared that she's a mutant. And so we know mutants are coming. But now we have adamantium to create our own Wolverine. Also, in Multiverse of Madness, we saw Professor Xavier as well, but it was a variant of him, even though he had that chair and all that shit. And they've been talking about bringing in Storm to Wakanda 3 or whatever, which would be cool because she's apparently the wife of T'Challa, even though T'Challa's dead. I don't know, maybe they'll recast. Hold on, guys, T'Challa's dead, so I don't know if his sister is gonna be the new Black Panther is gonna be a lesbian or whatever. I don't really care, whatever you want to do, or recast T'Challa somehow. Who knows? Everything's getting rebooted. Hell, we got a new Jurassic Park movie again, even though it's in the Jurassic World universe, but it's also called Rebirth, so it's supposed to be a requel, I guess. Who knows? So if they redo Black Panther again, or something happens to the sister, or she passes the mantle down to the son of T'Challa, who knows where they're going with that? But yeah, so we have adamantium on the Celestial. So we brought in the Eternals officially, and then we've we bringing in obviously mutants and X-Men, Kids of Miss Marvel / Multiverse of Madness and stuff like that. The overall story of the movie actually has to do with the Incredible Hulk as well. So, like 16 years ago, I saw the Incredible Hulk with my dad, my brother Nick, my sister Angelique, and maybe Tristan was there. I can't remember, but like I remember seeing that movie. I remember seeing Abomination and a different Bruce Banner fight him because in the original Hulk, the guy that played him didn't come back. And then even the one in the Incredible Hulk didn't even show up in the Avengers. It was a different Hulk. But they're saying all those movies are canon. So this movie has to do with Incredible Hulk because Mr. Blue, the guy who was helping Bruce Banner in that movie when when the gamma radiation or Hulk's blood was dripping on his forehead, they like bring that back. Like it's like a thing now again. And so if you've never seen Incredible Hulk, or if you go into this movie not having ever watched Incredible Hulk, you're going to want to watch Incredible Hulk first, even though it's old as hell. It still has to do with this. But yeah, so basically, it's an espionage movie. I heard it's compared to like Winter Soldier because of like, sleeper agents and stuff like that. Yeah, I can see what you guys are making a comparison because like Bucky, the Winter Soldier, is a sleeper agent, and you say like a couple words to him and he wakes up and he assassinates without having included he's doing it. That basically happens in this movie, but the plots are still different because again, we're addressing celestial dragons, we're addressing adamantium, we're trying to frame the president who is General Ross, and the whole Red Hulk thing. He's not the main villain, it's actually Mr. Blue, but General Ross is kind of like trying to redeem himself in a way, like, because he's been seen as a villain, always going after Incredible Hulk in the first two movies, the Hulk and then Incredible Hulk trying to kill Bruce Banner, just, and then creating Abomination, though he framed the dude, Mr. Blue, they say his real name, I think it's like Stern Samuels or something like that, he framed Mr. Blue for all that, and they sent him to prison, but like, he kept Mr. Blue, like, in like working for him, so basically, spoilers, obviously. General Ross had Mr. Blue create like these pills for him that would like help him survive longer because he was dying like a heart disease. And he told Mr. Blue, like, you help me keep this heart disease under control. When I become president, then I'll free you. And also, Mr. Blue, the powers he got from that Hulk blood hitting his brain, it made him like incredibly intelligent. Like he's like the smartest person in the world. I meant to say smartest man, but I'm thinking of fucking The Boys. But he's the smartest person in the world, and so he can figure out all these algorithms and possibilities and predictions, and they usually come true. And so he got General Ross to become president, but General Ross didn't release him. General Ross kept him in that prison. So Mr. Blue went rogue and is now trying to not kill General Ross directly. He's trying to frame General Ross to like seem like he was going to steal the adamantium, because where the celestial dragon is posted in the water, it's kind of like international waters where like anybody can get to it, and the Japanese got to it first, but they make it look like the Americans stole it from the Japanese and then gave it back to them, like, oh, here, we got this back for you. And then ultimately General Ross gets framed like, oh, you're behind all this. Also, General Ross, the pills he was giving him, yeah, it did keep him alive longer, but it was also feeding him gamma radiation. So the more angry he gets over time, eventually that Hulk was going to come out, and it just happened to be a Red Hulk. The fight at the end was pretty entertaining. I do like that, like they reference many times, like, hey, maybe Sam, you should have took the super serum. But then Bucky is like, no, you don't need the serum. He says it in a way that almost like Uncle Ben would say to Peter, like, with great power comes great responsibility. How Iron Man said to Spider-Man, like, if you know nothing about the suit, then you don't need it or you don't deserve it. Iron Man did not have superpowers. He had a suit. But we saw in Iron Man 3, he exploded all his suits and he was still Iron Man. So just because Captain America doesn't have a super serum, it doesn't mean he's not Captain America. It just means you're your own Captain America. And he has his way of doing it. Like I said, he mixes the wings with the shield. He does a lot of cool tricks in here. But ultimately, it was a good time. Also, one second, I'm cooking dinner, trying to make sure I'm staying on top of it, don't burn the house down, all that, all that good stuff. Also, there's a Black Widow in here. Not the Black Widow, because, I almost said Latasha. Scarlett Johansson's character, her sister from, did she have a show? No, she had that movie Black Widow. Her sister is back, and she's also in, well, no, she's not back, But like, just like how her sister was a Black Widow, and now she's in Thunderbolts, we got a different kind of Black Widow who works directly for General Ross. And I suspected, they kind of make it look like she's a bad guy, but I already knew, based off like how much we were seeing of her and her perspective, I knew she wasn't a bad guy. But ultimately, like the Widow, the new Falcon, and Captain America, they all team up to like try to stop Mr. Boo's plot to like cause basically a war between the Japanese and America, because like I said, they're all after these adamantium, and he's framed General Ross to make it like he stole it, then gave it back to them, and they're like, oh, you think you can play us? But ultimately, Mr. Boo's plan was, even if that failed, he wanted to destroy General Ross's legacy, which ultimately leads to a fight, leads him into turning him into Red Hulk towards the end by making him really angry and exposing all his lies in front of like the public, which is the scene we get at the press conference. The transformation happened really fast, but it was cool. He doesn't take. It's not like the original Hulk where, like, you know, the more damage you take, the more bigger you get. He kind of stays like one size, like Incredible Hulk and like the Hulk does currently. But he was intimidating, impressive, and the fight he gave against Captain America was pretty dope. Like, Captain America was pretty much near losing, but ultimately he uses, and even though he uses that, like I said, that like how the Wakanda like does a repulsor blast, even though he like absorbs the damage from Red Hulk, even though Red Hulk, like, I mean, he was whooping his ass. He broke one of the wings. He threw that shield down, which I saw in the trailer. Like, I was like, oh, Sam, you dead. There ain't no way you can get out of this. Even with the super serum, I don't even think Captain America would survive a fight with the Hulk. Just saying, even with the super serum. But Sam took him down like talk no jutsu, basically. But, you know, as much people might hate that, that's actually how is her name Natasha? And Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, it might be Natasha. Now, that's how Natasha calmed down, you know, Bruce's Hulk in the Avengers. You know, she's like rubbing his hand gently, whatever, because like they had feelings for each other. It happened on screen because Betty was Hulk's original lover, but she didn't come back. They did. Oh, speaking of that, they brought back Betty from Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. They brought her back for this movie. That was kind of cool. That was a cute little cameo that she did. But yeah, overall it was good. There is one post-credit scene that you have to watch at the very end of all the credits, but like it just teases that something's coming from other worlds. And I'm like, we already did the Multiverse of Madness, which was terrible. I mean, I like Multiverse of Madness, but I mean, like, we ain't see other multiverses. We just went to like a bunch of random universes randomly. And then we saw like the Council or whatever the fuck they call it. Again, I'm not a Marvel comic fan, so I don't really know anything about it. But we saw the Council. They didn't really do nothing, so except get their ass whooped. But I still liked all of that. But ultimately, though, he just teases that something's coming. I mean, you could have said Dr. Doom. You could have said, what's that dude's name? From Quantumanium. I don't know. Y'all know the dude that shoot lasers and shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't just King Dynasty. No. Kang. Or is it Kang? Is it Doom? Is it Galactus? Like who is coming? Like at least throw a name down. You know, we heard Thanos' name at some point during Avengers. And also Captain America's thing with General Ross is that General Ross wants him to bring back the Avengers because the Avengers disbanded after Endgame. There's been no Avengers. Like, they all intercommunication with each other. They all talking to each other. But, like, there's no team of Avengers. And so the current Avengers we can tell are definitely Captain Marvel, maybe Shang-Chi, Captain America, obviously, the new Falcon, the cute one. Maybe the Thunderbolts. And, you know, the sister of Natasha will be the new Black Widow. Or maybe this girl that works under Ross will be the new Black Widow. Or White Widow. Who knows what I'll call it. I'd call it White Widow, maybe. Mix it up a little bit. But yeah, ultimately, it was a good time. Again, you know, people just need to go back to appreciating movies to just be entertaining, just to like enjoy instead of like, oh, this will save the Marvel Universe, this will save this. Just go back to enjoying movies. Overall, it was a good time. I give it like a 7 out of 10. That's all for this video. Just a quick little short review. I'll see you guys next one. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out.
So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.